Hey, what's up guys? This is Celebrity Fitness Show and this is Coach Derek. Leo tuko place inaitwaje Steve?
Can come Estate Runda. Yeah, in a gym called Millennium Gyms and Studios. Yes, where it's all about training.
Yeah.
Getting you up to your physical, attaining your goals, and whatever you need, it's there.
Na sound yako kidogo.
Sawa.
So by the way guys, let me tell you, I'm so excited today to host this gentleman right here. He's called Steve Young Lion. Most of you know him like Young Lion, say I know him from way back. That was 2014, 2013. Hey, manze, miaka mingi. So let me tell you guys before I start we start this conversation with this amazing gentleman. I said I cannot continue with my channel of Celebrity Fitness Show without having a convo with this guy, because him and I, we normally have a very interesting story from where we come from. And, he had so much contribution in my life in terms of my career, how it started and everything. So I found it so just unfair kwenda kuinterview wase wengine huko ama kuongea na wase, because this is not actually an interview. Bila kukuja inaitaka kurudisha nini kwa ile tunasema lazima you borrow the blessings, si ndio? So that's why I'm here today at Millennium in Runda, so that is just to have a conversation. So Steve, tell us about yourself.
Me, I'm just a normal man, just humble. Started training all the way back from 2010 in a ghetto place called Majengo. And God has been good to us because the journey has taken long. But I can say through many challenges, I cannot trade training with anything else because it is life. For me, training is not just something to do for fun. It's something that is connected to me. Way back from school, I was very active in sports. I wanted to be a soldier, but unfortunately, I was not taken due to some reasons. But I found myself in training, and it has been a great journey. So for me, I can say I have found my purpose. Training is not just, apart from being educated, apart from going to school to become a trainer, it's something I can do for free and I'll still survive.
Okay.
Yes.
So Steve, how long have you been training by the way?
To be precise, I started as just a boxer. Then I found boxing has so many tricks in terms of, because I wanted to become an international brand. And for you to be in an international brand, there are standards to meet there. But eventually, after transitioning from boxing, I started doing some lightweight training. And then way back, I met a coach and who could spot the energy that I had, but I couldn't know that I have that in me. And he told me that you young man, you're a man to watch, because I've been spending many hours in the gym training without eating, and I could overstay. And for me it was like, okay, as long as I have paid, I can stay the whole day. So down the line up to today, it's turning to be about 10 to 12 training consistently.
12 years.
12 years.
Hey, Buddha umekaa manzi. 12 years. Tell us, what's your biggest motivation? I mean, what drives you to just work out?
Actually, it's like a fish. You see, fish was not created to swim. It just found itself. The domain of a fish is in the water. And once you take out the fish from the water, it will starve and you find it will die. So for me, training, it does only excite me. It's one way to handle my stress. It's one way to live in terms of, it helped me to control any peer pressure, any kind of panic, and it helped me to overcome any kind of emergency. And for me, training and what keeps me going, it makes me that what I have, nobody else can have it. Because if you choose to train, you are rewarding yourself. And if you're not training, it's also a reward in a negative way. So the reason why you should train, there is that specific thing that you want. For me, I want when people look at me, they can see that, how can I be this person? In your level, in your business, if you put in work, you have to see results. Yes.
Wow, Steve. Niko na maswali mingi leo, lakini Steve, where did you start working out? Mimi na wewe tulianzania wapi? Hebu ambia wasee tu at least wajue.
Actually, it was not as a worker. We met in a church. So it would be like
guys, yani naendanga church just to confirm. Me went to church by the way. Endelea.
So when we were meeting in the church, we were desperately looking for someone who can dance Zumba. And you see, when you meet friends, you're asking them, can you dance? Can you do such things?
Yes.
And I was not so sure. And because we were friends, I was trying to ask, are you sure you know how to dance?
No, ambia watu nilikuwa nimekonda mpaka nilikuwa unanishuku.
So this guy was like, he was a joker. And like someone asked me, I'm looking for a trainer who can dance. And like, here he is telling me I can dance. I dance into campus. And I was 50-50. But due to I was desperate, I was looking for someone. I dared him. I say, let me try, because I know a dancer. And surprisingly, when he came for his first class, he was so loved by the clients and he connected immediately. And that's how we connected. Being brought him on board, and you could see a young man who had passion. And this field of fitness and dancing, it's not about how much you get in the knowledge. Can you be able to sell what you have before giving your certificates? And we connected, and since then Up to date, we're still friends.
So Steve, yani unataka kuambia wasee ulikuwa unanishuku hata ukiniambia kuja ufanye Zumba.
You know, it's good to be realistic. There are people who look like jokers. And you know, when you're being asked to bring the best as a coach, you want clients to be happy.
Yes.
But this guy seems to be a joker. At the same time, he was serious. Because when he came to the dancing, the choreography was super, his music, and people loved him, and I had no objection. I just said, just come and we do something.
Steve, sijui kama nishai kuambia hii by the way. Do you know that time ukinitia hiyo class ama ukinitia hiyo job? Unajua venye mazee maisha ilikuwa imenifanya ile kitu. Shajua by the way nishakwambia story.
You see, for me, I can say if you want to succeed with people, don't give those people at the top. You might give them, but look for someone who is desperate, who is hungry to grow.
Yes.
Because people who already made their name will fight because they think they know it all.
Yeah.
But someone who is hunger to grow, they have that zeal, they have the push. You know, sometimes the reason why we go through problems, they are like a fuel to our future.
True.
So if you couldn't have that problem, you couldn't perform the way you performed.
Yes.
So we can say problem serves purpose if
Makes
allowed
sense.
to be. Yes.
And you know one thing I like about you, Steve, kuna kitu nashinda ukiniambia, like life is all about purpose. And you achieve what you want in life just because of the purpose that you want. I mean, you have towards your life. So what drives you?
What I can say, purpose is, in simple word, it means your reason for existence. Most people are just living, they are working for money. But life, you are created to be specific place. The way we see the birds of the air, they just fly. They did not enroll for flighting.
Yeah.
So when you discover why are you here on earth, because you have something specific to offer.
Yes.
And people should pay you for that. And you should do it from the bottom of your heart. You can do it. Like you can imagine, most of the time we wake up early in the morning, not just because we come to serve. In other words, purpose is lying in serving. When you serve people, it makes you feel good. When someone comes looking for desperation, they want to lose the weight, some of them are sick, some are like being neglected because of body shaming. So when you come here, you become like an hope. You tell them it's not the end because you have been there, you have gone through it. Because training specific, most people don't like it, but the way you introduce them to it, they might love it or hate it. So you bring people to on board to understand the reason why we train, not because that we hate ourselves. It's appreciating. You're taking responsibility because if you don't take care of yourself, who will then?
Yeah, true.
And the reason why the body is the only place that we live in. So if you give yourself some time, it's like a baby. Anything given time, it will grow. You are not born into the fitness house. So give yourself time to learn. And as you learn, submit to a trainer who is a profession, who will enable you or guide you to achieve what you're looking for. So for me, serving people and seeing them getting results, that's enough motivation because people come desperate and after some time you find them embracing and seeing that this is not gimmicks, it's doable.
It's doable.
Yes.
Steve, you mentioned tulipatana na wewe kwa church. Na unajua watu wanaweza kuona kuangalia hivi manzi wanashangaa, mzee hizi mamasu zote manzi, mzee anakaa mzee mgumu, manzi mzee anakaa manzi yani roho ngumu, yani unakaa mzee manzi unapiga wasee kila mahali ukiwapatana nao manzi. Church ulikuwa unafanya nini hivyo ndio wasee?
You see,
acha kizungu, tuongee Kiswahili Steve.
Chena naweza sema ni kusema kwamba even supreme men need a supreme power. And we understand bigger men or people who we call them supermen, there is where they drive their strength from a super.
I hope mmesikia hiyo. Even supreme men ama supermen need a supreme being.
Yes, you cannot, unless the Bible says only the fools say there is no God. The air we breathe, it's not our right. There are people who are paying for oxygen, there are people who have died in the morning. But for you to find yourself, you are alive, you have to acknowledge the existence of God because He is the one who created us. And when we are training, it's not for fun, it's not just for the show. It's because God has allowed us, He has given us the gift to perform. So I can say before anything else, before your goal, there is God. And when you connect to God, it becomes like, it's like you are not working, you are just flowing. Just aligning yourself. God helps us to align with our being.
Yes.
We knowing who are we. It's like a mirror. The way you see yourself, you don't forget. If you have a stain, you wipe it out. So God is our Father. So when we connect with God, He directs us because He has been there before we existed.
All right, Steve. Nataka kukupeleka kwa maji ile, what do you call, deep waters, eh?
Yes.
What is the most challenging thing you ever faced in your fitness career? I mean, in your line of work?
You see, the most challenging is to let people who have been misguided, them understand that fitness works. Because people have different knowledge of...
Hold on, Steve, I want a case and scenario. Uniambie, mazi kuna hii siku, ABCD happened. You don't have to mention names, you don't have to tell us ani nani, but ile siku mazi you are like, we, enyewe leo kumekuwa kugumu. In your career?
In 2013, I met a man who had a condition that came from a mild stroke, and he was being driven by a wheelchair. And you see, it was my first time to attend such a client. And now, as a coach, you are the hope of the place.
That person, yeah.
So they brought him, and I could see the cries in the tears of the wife. I could see the guy couldn't talk. He's in the wheelchair. He had been given to God and being done like a physiotherapist, and he was brought to me, and I was like, what should I do to this person? And I took the challenge. I could be able to lift the guy from the wheelchair, putting him on the recumbent bicycle. The legs were not, they couldn't respond. And every day, being with the guy, he's not talking, but we could see his body responding in terms of could smile back, could see and nodding the head saying it's working. And the wife could not give up. He could feel that Steve will help my husband to come back. And a couple of months they were coming, I could receive them from the elevator, doing the same, lifting the husband like a baby, putting him like a routine. And I could hold the legs to the recumbent bicycle because they could not hold itself to the pedal. And after some time, after a span of 3 weeks, the body started recuperating. The guy, the nerves started responding. And let me tell you guys, there is nothing as good seeing someone who has been into bedridden or wheelchair ridden coming back to life. I think even if you are a witch or anybody who don't believe God, those are things that keeps you going into the industry. Someone who had come without walking and you could see them retry walking and talking, you find yourself being honored to be such a touching life of such a person. So up to date, it helped me believe that we are not in the wrong place. If you can touch a life, and that guy came back to his life. And to be precise, because it's not a crooked story or a cook story, the guy was named Joseph Mboro. I can remember him. He came and you could see the happiness.
I think I remember the gentleman.
Yes.
Yeah.
He rewarded me a full goat, and you could see the happiness. Even up to today, we are friends. And fitness is not gimmicks, it's touching lives.
Good. Steve, unajua watu wanasemanga na fitness trainers mazee na wamama wanapelekana hivi ama mayengs, yeah, and hii interview ingeisha ama hii conversation ni yangu na wewe mazee ingeisha because I don't know whether every instructor ama every personal trainer has a story to tell. How do you handle mayengs? Because I'm very sure si kila mtu anakuja kwa gym kama venye Biblia inasema si kila mtu anamuitanga Yesu atafanya nini? Ataenda
to heaven.
Yes. So you una handling aje hizo stories za mayengs, madens kwa gym? Kwanza hizo na masu zako wakiona manzi wanasema unse manzi ana deadlift 200 manzi. Una handling aje hizo stories?
Wow, that's a good question. But you see, the place that we are, it's all about discipline. Discipline, it means you have the freedom to say no and to say yes.
Can you say no to a woman, Steve?
Because you see, the reason why you're...
Yes or no, Steve?
I can say no because my intention, it's about the name that I've built for many years.
Okay.
And you see, clients talks, the way you find, sometimes you can find talking about clients, about how they are performing. They also talk about the coaches. And there is nothing as bad when you start tampering with people's life whom we have been entrusted to train them with their moral, with their bodies. You are there as a shepherd, you are there as a leader, and the leader is always giving guidelines. You should not take advantage of them. And that makes you become attractive. When you guide the clients accordingly to what they are looking for, you become attractive and you become like a role model, and they will be free with you. And they know that such coach has the boundaries. They cannot go beyond. Then avoid empty talks, the hallucinating talks like oral sex, chattings that are driving to sex. Just be true, have good intention towards your clients, because these are clients who have entrusted their bodies to you, and you have been given knowledge to serve them. So wisdom is understanding that if you tamper with one, karma is real. It will come back to you. You won't take long to that place, because the place where you work, it's an altar, and that altar you're given so that you may bring the best out of those people that you've been entrusted to serve them.
Steve, nataka sasa tukue free, wacha kizungu mingi sasa. Listen, ushaikatiwa na dem kwa gym?
Not exactly, but you find
Kiswahili, twende lugha ya mtaa Steve. Twende lugha ya mtaa Steve.
Well, naweza sema hivi, kwa gym kulingana na venye unapokea unaofunza ndio inalingana na vile client atakuchukulia.
Correct.
So wakati unapochukulia client kwa uzuri, huyo client hata kuogopa, atakuheshimu na hata kuletea maneno ya mapenzi, kwa maana vile umempokea, ameona huyu coach akona ustadi katika hiyo field. So unapata client atalilete na wewe kiheshima, na hakuna siku atakuwa na room ya kuleta mambo ya kando.
Steve, hiyo swali umeiruka futi 10, lakini ni sawa tu. Man Steve, unajua nikikuita Steve manze, hiyo jina ina rolling vizuri sana manze. So Steve, tell me, wakati una handle case and scenario, a lady and the husband is there, because as trainers najuanga sometimes inakuanga challenging, especially when a lady comes to the gym first, and then for some reasons unaonanga the husband maybe ana come in kwa gym. Sijui kama unaelewa swali yangu.
Yeah, understand.
Una handling aje hiyo situation?
What I can say, that's even the best time to train them, because when you prove to the husband that I just training, even the stretching, if you have to do PNF, the same way you do to them, don't hide it. Just be open, and you will become more attractive, and they will entrust you. Then when you're doing the stretches, be open. Don't look like you're looking for a hidden place. Just make it professional. Let the husband be the next to the stretches, and they will understand. And what I can say, I'm telling you, from the first time, the way you introduce yourself to the trainee or the clients that you are attending to, clients also, they are not kids. They know how to read the lines. When there is genuineness, there is that flow. Even when you're talking, there is that authority that you have. They can feel the same, and likewise, when you have something fishy, they understand. Even you, when you have something fishy, you won't have that freedom. But because you're here to serve, and you know that your intentions are right, even it's the best when you serve them together, you'll have that convincing power that this man is genuine. So it become a plus for you.
Maybe for those people maybe who've been asked, maybe wanauliza PNF ni nini? It's a post neuromuscular facilitation. Ile trainer ana stretch client one on one. So hiyo ndio tunasema inaitwa PNF kama matrainers So Steve, watu wanaweza kuwa, ingekuwa makosa sana nikimaliza hii conversation kasi sijakuuliza hii swali. Steve, uko na mtu? Because najua kuna mademanze, unajua siku hizi na jina nimesikia siku hizi, sitaki kusema hapa. Steve, uko na msee manze, una kama juzi silikuwa Valentine, uko na msee manze ulibaia maua?
I can say God has blessed me with a beautiful wife. I have kids, and yeah, it's a blessing to have a family and to settle as a trainer, since we are meeting those. Everybody here is talented differently, but I can say family is everything. So as I serve people in the fitness industry, I am blessed. I have a beautiful family. I have friends in my house. I have my beautiful wife. So
Now sisi umemention hivyo Steve, hata umefanya nikumbuke kitu nilikuwa karibu nisahau nikuulize. Why is it so difficult for most trainers by the to keep relationship ama keep their houses? Because let's face it, hiyo ni kweli, si ndio?
I can say mostly maybe they married without letting each other understand the kind of the work. Because it's instructor, you can imagine leaving your morning at 4 and coming back maybe late around 9 or 8 depending, and sometimes you find you have accumulative, if you have not settled as a coach or you are starting, you find your beginning times you're overworking for you to be able to build a brand. So you find most of the challenges, and you see we are surrounded by women. If you are not open to your spouse to know that it's about work or you have to balance, so you find there will be chaos, and you find you have the pressure of training. You know the clients have their pressure to you that we need this, we need this. So home should be a peaceful place. When you go home, you're like, yeah, this is a place that you go and rest and being received. So, but you find when you go home, you find there is pressure, or maybe the spouse is not clearly of what's your role in the house or at work. But if you're open, I know no one is that hard not to understand. It's like when you're engaged to your wife, let them understand and take them to the place that you work. Let them know that it's not that serious. It's the place, the kind of the work that you're doing, the people that you're let into. Let them understand there is no bad intention. Just serving, and yeah, you have to balance home and work.
Steve, let's face it, and this is a real question, and I'm gonna throw this question to you straight. Unajua matrainer wengi jina ya matrainer imeharibika huku nje. Kweli ama urongo? Yes or no?
What I can say yes it's yes. And
what do you think is the reason kwa nini jina matrainer imeharibika huku? Like even the other day I was listening to one of the radio stations, and matrainer walikuwa wanadiscussiwa. Inasemekana trainers na, in fact the word they use is a gigolo. A gigolo in English inamaanisha matrainer wengi ni wamewekwa na wanawake.
You see,
why do you think that is the case?
I can say otherwise. In my suggestion, in every good thing there must be the opposite side. There is also a bad thing. We can't focus with one bad thing and forget good things. Not everybody has been kept. There are people who are working, getting their money. So you find in every industry there must be critics, and you cannot be focusing on the bad, because the reason why you are into what you're doing, you know, we are differently. And social media, they are in business. If you follow one side, you'll be misled. There are people who are good, there are people who are doing well. So you can't focus on the bad side and forget there are also good things. Nobody posts failures. People are talking bad because they want to criticize, and you cannot criticize. Anything that you see good must be beaten. Why are they beating those things? It means that there is something they know that is good, that they are not willing to expose it. You have to focus on the good, because it's like preaching. There are those good preachers and bad preachers. The doctors, they are everything under the world. So it's up to you. You focus on the good or the bad.
Steve, so I want you to look at this camera, and I want you to maybe to talk to young upcoming guys, because there's also this notion that fitness haina do, and that's why unasikia sasa kuna hii notion ya watu wanasema maybe trainers, some of the trainers, I don't want to say all of them because I know they're serious guys I've met in this industry, you being one of them. So fitness ama being a trainer, does it pay? And does it pay good that it can sustain some of the lifestyle that, you know, we all want to live?
Well, that's a good question. What I can say, it's about be realistic. If you're coming to industry looking for money, it is there. But what's your reason? Why are you joining fitness? And well, find your niche in terms of it's not everywhere you will succeed. The environment, the way you're operating matters a lot. But now you find everybody, even clients, they train 1 month, 2 months, or a year, they become trainers. Well, it's good. What I can say, fitness is the best place to be if it is your passion, if it's your calling. Calling means it is your reason for your existence. But now if you're coming because someone is doing great, it takes process.
So kenye unajaribu kusema kuna do kwa fitness?
Kuna
yes or
pesa. There is money, but it is your role to know how to get that money. And how reliable are you for people to entrust you with their money and with their bodies, because we are doctors, but you have to be legit. Usikue wale trainer fake.
Unalipo unakula pesa alafu
there are those trainers who are promising heaven but they give hell.
Even hell they can't offer.
Yes, you are just eating clients' money. You're being robbed. You're not giving their professionalism. You're telling them I'll come there at 7. You are hiding out. You are cheating. You're lying. You have issues all the time. So when your industry has money, but you have to package yourself to the point of you are reliable, and everything that you see good or anybody that you admire in life, they have paid the price. Grow into something. Don't be driven by 100 million viewers in Instagram. They are not giving you money. Go down, get reliable clients, make money, be silent, and build yourself. Don't be famous and broke. But be not famous and you're making your money.
Yes.
Be realistic.
Yes.
Yes.
So Steve, 30 seconds I'm going to give you. I want you to talk to now an upcoming instructor. I want you to talk to an upcoming someone who is who want to be like Steve, but they cannot be like you, but they want to follow your path. I want to 30 seconds.
I'll just quote like Lupita Nyong'o say, your dreams are valid. Don't let anybody talk you out of your dream, but it will take you time, discipline, work, and never settle for less until you get what you want. What you want exists, but you have to fight. Everybody want it. Imagine 1,000 of people want what you want, but you have to outwork them because it works. Go for it. You can do it. So sweet.
Alright guys, so you've heard it from Steve mwenyewe, Young Lion, the beast I call him. So this is Celebrity Fitness Show guys, and today we are at Millennium
Millennium Jeans.
Tuko hapa Runda.
Yes.
Kwa Masos.
Definitely. Yes.
Kwa Masos manzi. So anyway, I'm so honored manzi Steve to have you on my show. And umekuwa msee mgumu sana kukupata wewe. So mpaka leo nikasema lazima nikuambush na tufanye hii kitu. So thank you very much guys for watching. This is Celebrity Fitness Show and this is Coach Derek. Guys, remember to subscribe on this channel and hit the notification bell down there, so anytime we upload a video, you're gonna be the first person to get the video. So Steve, utaambia wase wafanye nini?
Well done. I'm also on social media, Steve Young Lion. On Facebook, Steve Young Lion. On Instagram, YouTube, Steve Young Lion. You never settle for less. Go for it. I love you guys.
Never ever settle for less.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.